Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I've got a video that is going to help you for the next time you go traveling with your friends, or even if you're just going alone. These tips will actually help you. These are 7 ways to save money when you travel. First tip to saving money, right, is to book your flights in advance. Many people don't know this. I also didn't know this when I started traveling. But if you do book your flight, let's say a day before or like 2 days before, it's going to be more expensive than if you had booked it like a month before. How this works is actually high demand. Everybody's now booking last minute. That's why it's more expensive. So next time when you book your flight, or whenever you're planning for a trip, make sure to actually wait maybe like a month and a half, somewhere there, to book your flight. But it does depend on the company that you're booking with, because I do know some of them will say if you book it too early, it's too expensive. If you book it too late, it's too expensive. So you just need to find the right time in between. A quick story actually, when I went to PE, we had booked, we had thought we were going to take a bus, right? We were going to go on a bus to PE, only to find out that it was going to be too long. So when we checked flights, it was actually much cheaper, right? Much cheaper. So we said, okay, let's just do a flight. I mean, a flight is like what, an hour or so, right? Instead of taking a bus and then having to be there for like 11 or so hours on the bus. So we did book. It was very cheap and affordable. When we had to come back, our mistake was actually not booking our return flight, right? So when it was time to come back, because we were not experienced, we didn't even know it was going to be more. It was the day we booked, I think it was a day or two before the flight. It was 2 times what we had bought the other time. So now we were actually forced to take the bus. We were not planning to take the bus, but now we were forced. So you see, you do not want to end up spending 2 times how much you were supposed to save, right? You don't want to. So you see, you do not want to find yourself spending 2 times the price that you were supposed to actually spend. So make sure to book that flight way in advance. Number 2, this one is similar also to the first one. That's also booking your flight, your accommodation in advance as well. It works the same way. The higher the demand, just like if you're going to book within peak times, it's more same thing. If everybody is booking, because most of us want to book last minute, right? If all of us are booking last minute, the higher the price goes. So make sure to book in advance your accommodation and your flight. That way you know that those things are already out of the way. You can look at other things later. Number 3, so I know it's actually nice to travel with your bae, or to travel alone, or with just a friend, but trust me, traveling in groups saves a lot of money. If you are going to a hotel, or let's say an Airbnb or something like that, most of the time if you put 2 people, they give you a set price. If you put 4 people, you most of the time, like maybe 8 out of 10 times, the price is still the same, because they do not charge per head that's in the that's going to be staying in the place. Most places will, it's a 2-bedroom, it's a 4-bedroom, they will actually just charge for the 4 bedrooms. And that way, if you guys travel in groups, you save much more money. Instead of paying maybe 1,000 rand, you guys could be spending maybe 300 rand each in a group of like 3 or 4. So always make sure to travel in groups. That will definitely save your coins. Number 4, book an Airbnb or a guest house / lodge instead of a hotel. I'm sure everybody knows hotels are very expensive. Hotels, you need real money to be staying in a hotel, unless you need to, unless you're planning to actually go on or have that experience of actually being in a hotel. I do not see the need for you to actually be booking a hotel instead of an Airbnb or a lodge, right? And trust me, most times those lodges and Airbnbs are actually way cheaper than actually booking a hotel. Yes, most Airbnbs and lodges are self-catering, so you will not have the thing of like breakfast in the morning, or sometimes even having like a restaurant within the hotel and room service, but you will have saved coins, and you can actually use the saved coins to go somewhere out there and go have lunch, dinner, I don't know, explore the place that you're traveling in. Number 5, use travel discounts and coupons all the time. Everybody seems to be like, I don't use coupons, I don't use this, and seem embarrassed about it. But trust me, it will actually help your pocket, right? I didn't know there were websites that can give you like 70% off massages, 70% off I don't know, experiences, or even just accommodation. I didn't know about that, but there's actually 2 websites that I found, which were Hyperli, or that I actually use, which is Hyperli and Daddy's Deals. I actually, before I go on a trip, when I am planning a trip, I incorporate that in my plan. I look through it to see what I can do around the area, what activities I can do. Trust me, you can save a lot of coins. Sometimes you can get affordable accommodation, and you just need to maybe worry about your traveling fees and things like that, and that can actually help you. So I do recommend that you go click the links in my description box to go and check them out. Trust me, you will not regret it. Number 6, this is something that I think everybody knows, but if you book accommodation, if you book self-catering accommodation, that will save you a lot of money. Most times, if you look at hotel fees and the added cost of like your breakfast and things like that, it becomes a lot of money. So you can actually save your coins by actually booking catering options, right? I mean, what's wrong with going out? If you want, you can actually say, let me cook so that I can save money for the experiences, save money for excursions and things like that. Or if you want, if you do have the extra money, you can literally go get your lunch, breakfast at things like your Wimpy and I don't know, wherever that you want to get your breakfast, lunch or dinner. That does save you a lot of money, so I do suggest that you go and look at that. The last tip is to not book your activities and whatever that you're going to be doing on peak days. On peak days, it's more. We all know that. Something that you could be spending like 300, 200 rand, you will not get it for that price because it's on peak days. Everybody's going, it's on Christmas, everyone is going, it's December holidays. It becomes a lot of money. So make sure to book when not a lot of people are going, so that you can actually, what I like also is that you can actually enjoy the trip or the activity way more, because there's no one that's going to be busy, you know, like kids crying, people crying, and just doing a lot of things. Alright guys, and those are the tips that you can use for when you go on your next trip. I hope that this does save you a lot of coins. I hope that you've learned something, because I didn't know any of this until I actually went on these trips and did these mistakes, and that's when only I knew. So I hope you did like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. Make sure to follow me on social media and leave a comment below which tip you think is the best out of all of the tips I've given you. Thank you so much. Mwah.